In today's edition of NHL Trade Talk, we're discussing the San Jose Sharks. We've recently learned that forward Joe Thornton is going to be out for an extended period of time with an MCL injury. So I want to discuss how that's going to possibly impact his career and how it might impact the Sharks' plans as we head towards the NHL trade deadline. And that's coming up next. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. We review and analyze all 31 NHL teams, so if you're a huge hockey fan, consider subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. So let's discuss the San Jose Sharks. It's been speculated and rumored for quite some time that as we approach the NHL trade deadline, that the San Jose Sharks will likely be buyers and we're looking to add a top six forward. We've seen names like Mike Hoffman, Evander Kane, just to name a couple that they've reportedly been interested in adding to their lineup. Now, of course, nothing has gone down as of yet, but after the last game, they suffered a major blow with star forward Joe Thornton going down with a pretty significant injury. It's been reported that he suffered an MCL injury and will be out for several weeks. So I wanted to discuss how this not only impacts the team, but Thornton as a player moving forward. Obviously, Joe Thornton's been in the NHL a long time, and this would be his second significant major injury in 2 years. And unfortunately for Thornton, age and might be catching up to him here as he's getting towards the latter part of his career. Before next season kicks in, Thornton will turn 39 years old, and I kind of couldn't help but wonder maybe that this might be towards the end of the line here for Jumbo Joe. I mean, I'd hate to see his career end due to injury, and I'm sure he'll do everything he can to come back for this season. But with back-to-back consecutive severe knee injuries, couldn't help but wonder maybe if time might be coming up here for big bad Joe Thornton. So let's take a quick look at Thornton's career just to do a quick reflection. I know I've been a long time fan of Thornton's. He's been had a tremendous career, and in my opinion, if I had any say, I would certainly put him in the Hall of Fame once that time certainly does come to an end. But let's take a look at his career stat line here. He's, as of now, played in 1,493 games played. He scored 397 goals, 1,030 assists for a total of 1,427 points, puts him 16th all time. In order for him to move up any further, he's 30 points behind number 15 spot, which is currently held down by Teemu Selanne. So obviously, if Joe Thornton can come back this year and maybe even play one more year, he certainly will have another chance to move up the ranks in the all-time list even a little bit further. So if I were putting a vote on the Hall of Fame careers, I would certainly give him my vote once his time comes. But because of his age and the fact that that's 2 back-to-back years of significant injuries, I just couldn't help but think maybe could this be the end for Jumbo Joe? I'd hate to see it go down that way, but you just never know. So obviously the Sharks, like I said, have been rumored and speculated to be buyers up until now, and I guess we still have some time between now and the deadline to see how things go for this team. Obviously, if things don't go well and they fall out of the playoff picture, well, perhaps things might change for San Jose. I mean, obviously, like I said, it's been speculated they wanted to add scoring, and if Thornton ends out for any significant period of time, which it very well could be here, they're going to be hurting for scoring that much more, which is just going to make it that much more likely for them or difficult to win games and get into the playoffs. So how do you think this impacts the Sharks' plans? Do you see the Sharks maybe being a little bit more aggressive and being a buyer sooner than later? Maybe this could accelerate a deal for Evander Kane or a Mike Hoffman or another scoring forward that they've had reported interest in for quite some time now. Personally, I can see them either going one of two ways here. I'm not sure which it's going to be. Either they're going to be really aggressive and make a deal well ahead of the deadline to get somebody in there who can kind of not really replace Joe, but obviously a scoring player who can help the team get into the playoffs, or they can be patient, ride this out, and just see if they don't become a playoff team and they fall out of the mix. Maybe it doesn't make sense to mortgage the future if they're not really going to go all that far anyway, and maybe we would see a trade for maybe see them move out like an Aaron Dell. I know I've already mentioned before I didn't see it happening, but things have changed a little bit here since that's happened. I mean, at the end of the day, Dell could pull them in some good assets in return. They have a good young goaltender, Martin Jones, for the future, so it's not like Dell's completely unexpendable, but at the same time, he does play a good role. Has been a pretty solid backup, arguably one of the best backups, if not the best in the league for the last year or two. So the Sharks are kind of at a crossroads here, and I'm not really sure which Which path do they go down? Do they become aggressive buyers and make one of those reported moves quickly to get somebody in the lineup now that Thornton's out? Or do they go the other way and be patient and maybe they fall out of the playoff picture and they become sellers? If they become sellers, like I said, Aaron Dell would be one of the probably the biggest commodities that they could sell in order to get back some assets. There could be some other guys in there as well, but just we'll see what happens. So certainly give me your thoughts. What path is the Sharks going to head down? Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. You'll see our Twitter handle right here on the screen, so certainly check that out. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. All of our social media links are down in the description below. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next time.